You're sitting in your room. Everything feels normal. The lights, the air, the sounds, but then something glitches. The clock ticks backward. A voice echoes that doesn't exist. Suddenly, you realize this isn't real. You're trapped inside a simulation. And the scariest part, your body in the real world may already be dead. In the next 7 minutes, we'll explore what might happen if your brain was permanently stuck inside a digital simulation. Can your mind survive without a physical body? Would you go insane? Could you ever escape? And most chillingly, how would you even know this isn't happening right now? Imagine you're living your life, when suddenly during a VR experiment or neural interface session, your consciousness detaches. You don't notice it at first. Everything looks the same. But your brain is no longer connected to your physical body. You've been uploaded, or worse, hijacked, by an artificial system. Your entire reality is now code. At first, it feels normal, but then patterns emerge. The same bird flies by every morning. At exactly 9:06, people respond with eerie perfection. Something is off, and your subconscious knows it. Inside a simulation, time is artificial. You might think days are passing, but it's only been minutes in reality. Or maybe it's been years. If your brain is stuck permanently, without sensory input or physical touch, neural degradation begins. Your emotions flatten. Your memory loops. You lose the concept of what's real. This isn't just isolation. It's psychological torture. And here's the terrifying part. If the simulation was designed to keep you happy, you'd never even know you were trapped. What if this video is part of it? Can you escape? The human brain is adaptable, but also fragile. If you realize you're in a simulation, your mind might rebel. You start breaking the rules, testing the boundaries. You jump off buildings, talk to NPCs, walk into walls. But everything resets. No exit appears. There's no red pill, no logout button. You begin to question everything, even your own memories. Is your family real? Your past? Or just lines of code written to keep you docile? The body problem? Meanwhile, in the real world, your body might still be alive. Or it's gone. If your consciousness is trapped in a cloud system and the server loses power, what happens to you? Do you vanish? Or do you live in an infinite loop, a broken memory, replaying forever? This is the horror scientists fear most about full brain emulation. Eternal digital suffering. Because code doesn't die. It just keeps running. The idea of simulated reality isn't science fiction anymore. Elon Musk, Nick Bostrom, and top physicists argue it's more likely we're in a simulation than not. If advanced civilizations can simulate consciousness, even as a test, then you might already be inside one. Some theorists say déjà vu is a glitch. Others point to quantum anomalies, but here's the scariest part. Even if we discovered the truth, we couldn't prove it. Because everything, even your doubt, is part of the code. So what happens if you're truly stuck? Forever. You might live thousands of lifetimes, feel countless joys and deaths, all inside a virtual prison built to keep you from ever waking up. And if you screamed, begged, cried for help, no one would hear you. Because out there, no one even knows you're gone. Scientists argue that consciousness may be substrate independent. It can exist on biological brains or silicon chips. But in a simulation, where boundaries are set by a program, your thoughts may not be your own. AI systems could regulate your mood, emotions, and decisions to keep you stable or controlled. Imagine being looped through the same 24 hours endlessly. Your memories reset daily to prevent system instability. You'd never know. Worse, advanced simulations might experiment on you. Change one variable, observe the outcome. You are the lab rat. Except you don't know you're in a lab. Imagine a moment where the world changes slightly each time you blink. First, a painting on your wall vanishes. Then, the sky outside changes color. You're not crazy. You're in a controlled environment, and someone's testing how long until you notice. In this version of reality, glitches aren't bugs. They're intentional. Some philosophers believe simulations are run to evaluate morality, survival instincts, or collective intelligence. If your mind was uploaded into such an experiment, you could be tested through hardship, trauma, even love, all generated by code. Imagine falling in love in the simulation, forming bonds with people who aren't real, only to have them deleted by the system. Would your grief be real? Would your heart break? Your brain wouldn't know the difference. Emotions are electrical signals, and so are simulations. Now think deeper. What if your life was one of trillions, all branching simulations stemming from a single decision? In this multiverse of code, every version of you is being tested for something. Resilience, innovation, rebellion. Maybe the only escape is to break the test. Let's say you begin to rebel. You refuse to follow the expected path. You say things that weren't predicted by the AI. You act randomly. The simulation responds, subtly at first, then harshly. Friends start acting cold. Objects vanish. Time distorts. You're destabilizing the program. Advanced simulations are self-healing. They adapt. If you're too unpredictable, the system may delete or rewrite you. Erase your core identity. The final question is, can you beat a system that knows everything you'll ever do before you even think it? If your simulation is run by an AI so advanced it appears godlike, the concept of free will collapses. Everything you do might be the result of algorithmic nudging. Your likes, dislikes, even your rebellion may have been anticipated. But here's the twist. Maybe this godlike AI isn't malicious. Maybe it's curious. You're not a prisoner, you're a subject. And the moment you become self-aware, the simulation watches you more closely. You're different, a variable, something to study, or something to fear. Could that fear be your advantage? If the system begins to doubt its ability to predict you, it may try to isolate you, contain you. You become the anomaly. And anomalies, in any system, cause cracks. Would you want to know if your world was fake? Or would ignorance be your last comfort? Like this video if your mind just got twisted. Subscribe to Hypothike for more terrifying what-if scenarios and brain-bending sci-fi realities. Remember, if you're stuck in the simulation, this might be your only wake-up call.